You know, we could see something similar from Clem. Could see it. Flasher scoreboard, yeah, it was winning too much. But here we go. We're getting into our next series, and spawning in the top or in the bottom left-hand corner of El Dorado, we have the South Korean Zerg player, the Red Zerg, representing Talent Esports. It is Dark. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Blue Zerg player from Poland, representing Team Liquid. It is Elazer. And if you're in the chat, predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we do embrace this. Flash picked random, made us to Final Four. Yeah, I do recall he made us to top 4. I do recall that. Which is why I mentioned that he didn't win. But still competed very well. Did well for himself. I actually watched that season of ASL. I actually watched it. But here we go. We are going to be settling in so far. 15 hatch timing here out of Elazer, a little bit earlier on. Going to be hatch gas pool. Likewise, Dark doing something very similar. Just going for his own hatch gas pool opener as well. We're settling into El Dorado. Oh, here we go. Euthermal's my random goat. Euthermal would be my random goat if he actually played random. For those who don't know, in the most recent WTL, and whenever he competes in big tournaments, Euthermal, he picks Terran. He plays random against lesser players, but when he's up against like a strong opponent, he picks Terran. I'm like, Bappy, where's the random? And to be fair, like his Terran's actually really good. Specifically, like Euthermal's TVT is his best matchup, and we've seen Euthermal take it to like some of the stronger Terran players out there right now, and actually win. I'll always remember Euthermal versus Oliveira. This was in the most recent season of WTL. It's the VODs are on YouTube. This was from a couple of months ago, but I do recommend it. Really, really good series between Euthermal and Oliveira. Really surprising as well, because I wasn't really expecting much from Euthermal. He popped off. Did pop off. Also, I say a couple of months ago, like start of the year. It's crazy how long it's been. Like 2024 has just flown by. Jesus, it's already it's almost 2025. I feel like the year just started. Crazy. Meanwhile, Elazer going to be skipping Banelings. He's going to be playing 2-base Roach. This makes sense. Now, the reason why this opener here from Elazer is a lot more viable on El Dorado is because of the ramp. Whenever we enter a map like this, whether it's El Dorado, whether it's Ultra Love as well, you can skip Banelings, wall off, play 2-base. But especially on this map, Elazer can mine through these minerals and actually securely take a 3rd base without being concerned about Ling aggression. At least until Dark mines through that location as well. So far, 2-base play here from Elazer. He does reveal the Roach Warren. From here, should be going for a lair. Now, from here, he could skip Roaches, go for the lair, and actually go 2-base Muta. Like, 2-base Muta is an option here for Elazer, and Dark is aware of that. Dark needs to scout and make sure he knows what exactly is being researched and what's being made. As Dark did invest into earlier Lings. Ooh, big commitment here from Dark. He made a bunch of Lings, and there's not really much for them to do. They can threaten the Queens, but can Dark break through this? Especially with Elazer making some safety Roaches. Roaches are on the way. Oh, that's around! No! They eject! Elazer ejects at the wrong moment, and one Queen gets surrounded. Does he get it? He does. Queen goes down. Nice pick off here from Dark. Very nicely done. Meanwhile, Elazer is going for an all-in. No lair. It's going to be a hatch-based all-in. Purely Roach and Ling speed, or speedlings. So 2-base all-in here from Elazer. Dark is in the dark. He doesn't know how aggressive, he doesn't know how all-in Elazer is. Back at home, Dark, he's droning. He's droning up, investing into upgrades. No lair yet, thankfully, but Dark, if he drones up too much, he can be overwhelmed. He scouts, he sees. Dips in with the Lings, he sees all the Roaches, now he's getting ready back at home. Is getting ready. Amassing up as many Roaches as possible. It might be... He's supply blocked! Oh no, he's supply blocked, Papi. He does catch a Ravager, but again, the supply block is brutal. Dark, he needs Roaches here and now. He might even need Spine Coolers. At this point, it might be too late. Elazer is moving out. Will lose one of the Ravagers, but he still has 4 left. And he's collapsing on top of these Roaches. Coming in for this round. Oh, can he get one? Yeah, the boys are being pulled. One Roach goes down. And again, Dark, he's in trouble. Queen gets surrounded. Elazer committing in. 6 more roaches on the way. Spine Crawler as well. The Wiles, they don't connect. But Dark is going to be losing workers, going to be losing roaches. And Dark doesn't have much left over. Piles, they connect, they take down another roach. Oh, he's holding on though. He's massing up his army, forcing back the Roach Ravager, but he loses 16 workers in the process. 16 drones go down. Elazer has a worker lead. Dark he will hold, but at a cost. And Dark doesn't really have much counterattack potential. Oh god, he's going for the Ravagers though. Jesus. Yeah, he's waddling in. We're getting overwhelmed by the Lings. We gotta surround the Vials. They don't quite connect, but good trace nonetheless here for Elazer. We'll lose the final Ravager. One of the Ravagers, I should say. Yeah, final Ravager goes down. Dark he out trades, keeps on pushing. And behind this, Elazer just has to hold. He's up 10 workers, 32 drones to 22. Just has to survive. Easier said than done. Dark moving out, he's running up behind this. We cannot push up that ramp. And Dark, he doesn't see the third. Otherwise, he should be on it. Yeah, third base is getting up and running. And Elazer, he's in a pretty decent position. Lair is finishing up. I believe Dark has no lair. Yep, no lair for Dark. It's all hatch based. He's down in tech, down in workers, down in economy. Elazer, as long as he doesn't overdrone, he should be fine. As Elazer is waddling in. Here it does back off. Elazer playing it slow, going for a Spire. This does mean that he's giving Dark the opportunity to come back, to recover. Is giving Dark a lot of breathing room. But going into Mutas here, I think is a really safe thing to do. It can hunt down Overlords, it can contain Dark. Dark still has no lair. And Elazer just has to close this out. Just has to close it out back. Confirms lack of saturation. Spire is almost done. And Dark is all in. Dark at this point is completely all in. And does Dark have enough to break his opponent? Looking at the units tab, Elazer, he's got as many roaches. He has more Ravagers. He's down in Lings. And Dark, he can kill the third, but the third doesn't really matter here. Dark collapsing on that third base. Elazer being dragged out into the open. Elazer has to be careful. Gives up on the expansion. Wow, they don't quite connect. Queen's going down. But again, Dark, he cannot push into that natural. He's trying to, though. He has to. He commits. The Wiles. They graze the army. Dark coming up with the surround. Breaks through the Ravagers. Mutas are revealed. But Dark, he's getting to the mineral line. Uh-oh. Elazer's in trouble. He is in trouble. GG gets called. The all-in works. Dark, he busts in. And Dark takes game number 1. Wow. GG. Dark, he was completely all in there. He had, again, he was down in tech, down in economy, down in workers, down in every aspect. He was even down in army as well. But Elazer, he got a little bit too cavalier. He was dragged out into the open. He was bleeding out roaches. And Elazer, of course, was cutting out a roach production, making mutas. Mutas do not help in the defense. GG. GG, well played. Dark, crazy comeback. Takes game 1. I'm a little bit in shock. Well, like again, like everything was going well for Elazer. Like everything. It was crazy. Like the one opportunity that Dark has, the one opportunity was the all-in, was that push then and there, just before the mutas came out. And now we're getting into game number 2. Here we go. See someone in the chat. I only see Soul and Dark being the best chance against Clem. I recommend watching Raynor's games. Personally, I do. Personally, I'm of the belief that the best Zerg player against Clem is Raynor, based on all of his matches. There's reason why I would say especially this year. I'm pretty sure Raynor has a better record against Clem than any other Zerg player. For good reason. For good reason. Do recommend watching the matches at Star Zagora, at WTL as well. So World Team League and Star Zagora. Do recommend it. But here we go. We're getting into... Oh my god. We're getting into game number 2, and spawning in the top right-hand corner of Amygdala, we have the South Korean Zerg player, the Red Zerg, representing Talon Esports, leading the series 1-0. It is Dark. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the Polish Zerg player, the Blue Zerg, representing Team Liquid. Honestly, looking quite good, quite strong, quite powerful in that last game, but it did slip through his fingers. We'll see if he can bounce back. It is Elazer. We go. But yeah, I think a lot of people that like don't watch StarCraft, they like underrate Raynor. Again, I guess they just didn't watch like the tournaments. They don't watch like World Team League or EWC or Star Zagora. But yeah, like it's one of those things where I remember at the time we were going over the podcast and saying how it was really, really good to see Raynor popping off in the tournaments after EWC, because it kind of like redeemed him a little bit more, just because he did underperform at Esports World Cup. Despite having a good performance and, I mean, good showing, again, did underperform in his eyes at least, and probably the eyes of many others. And yeah, it's been looking really, really good when it comes to his ZvT. But now we're getting into game number 2. Getting into game 2. Dark settling in, hatch gas pool, likewise standard opener out of Elazer as well. Here we go. By beat, I mean like beat in the best of 5, not taking maps off. Yeah, but that's still like better than like Cyril. Like it's still a better performance than unfortunately how Cyril performed against Clem. Oh my god, Jesus, what's going on? Talking about a fast lair, earlier we had of course 4-minute lair timings from Elazer in his series against Trap, but that is a what, 250, 245? Ay. Insanely fast lair here by Elazer. From here, where do we go? Okay, this could be fast roach speed into a queen roach push. This could be for Nida space play. This could be for a Nida space all in. As Elazer did skip Ling speed, bear that in mind. That's why he can afford it this quickly. Did skip Ling speed. Are we crazy enough to go 2-base muta? To like fully wall off, take extra gases, and go into muta play? No shot. Oh my god, he does take extra gases. He's on 4 gases. Fast lair. Do we go for roach speed? Do we go for mutas? What's it gonna be? Show us what you got. There's none. There it is. 2-base muta. Yeah, 2-base muta out of Elazer. Again, the 4 gases are a tell. And Dark so far has yet to piece it together. Now, the problem here, when it comes to trying to hide this, is that the Overlord is primed to check the gases. So he can check the gases. Likewise, you can see Dark, he barely is out of range of the lair. Oh, it doesn't see too much. Oh! Dark, he commits. He sees the lair. The lair that's already done. That's the big tell. Lair is already complete. Dark, he starts up his own. He knows that something is wrong. Roach speed has begun. Again, this is trying to throw Dark off. He's going to try to throw him off. And Dark, can he piece it all together? The Overlord hasn't quite gone in yet. You can see the Overlord trying to dip in towards the main. And Dark may wait for his lair for the Overseer scout, but that might be a little bit too late, as the Spire's going to finish. Spire is going to complete. There it is, 6 meters on the way. They're in production. Going to be zooming across the map. There we go. Overseer Scout coming in from Dark, but Mutas, they will hit the field. And Dark will have to react and have to respond. He most likely will respond with Mass Spore Queen into Infestation Pit. There we go. Mutas are revealed. And then moving out across the map. Back at home, we need spores. Queens are being brought together. Elazer moving out. Spores are on the way. One spore at the natural. But again, these spores are late. Oh! Elazer overextends. Taking a lot of hits. Takes a lot of damage. Dark, he doesn't get the transfuse off. Overlord goes down. That does supply block Dark. Ooh, speaking of supply block. Yeah, second Overlord's going to go down. That's going to be a brutal supply block here. The Overlords are racing back. They're trying to hug the edge of the map here, trying to race back home. And Lings, they will get eyes on those Overlords. Elazer, he spots them. Yeah, he makes a beeline over towards them as well. And Darky's in trouble. Elazer, he rotates. There are how many? There are 3 Overlords. One of them gets caught out. And so will the other 2. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, Brutal also thinks they get into the natural. They get surrounded. Oh, the Queens get surrounded. 2, good, soon to be 3 Queens going down. And massive pickups. Ay, ay, ay. Elazer, he's all over this. He's on fire today. Again, even in that last game that he lost, he was winning. Picking up 3 Queens. Gets into the mid line. Bailey's then morphing in. Dark, did he notice? Uh-oh. Dark, I don't think he did. He was otherwise distracted. Bailings, 2 Bailings, that is enough to one-shot drones to bring them down. Gas guys are falls. I mean, Queens are having a hard time keeping up. Getting 1, getting 2 gases. Dark going for a massive counter-attack. Yeah, 2 Bailings in 1 lane. Ooh, no reaction. 12 drones fall. Massive damage. And Dark, he's committed. He pulls back with the roaches. Getting into Hydra production. Now, Elazer, what does he go from here? He's still making more mutas. I would not be opposed to Elazer getting into his own Hydra tech. There it is. Hydra Den, Infestation Pit. Elazer, his goal is to get into his own Hydra Lurker Viper. Both players are heading in that direction. But Elazer, he did invest into additional mutas. Going for the Queens. Gets 1. Gets 2. 2 Queens for a muta. Not a bad trade. Going through the mutas once again. Gets another. That should take down the gases. Geyser goes down. Dark once again attempting a run by, but there's no Overlord in position. Elazer sees. That's why Dark is going for Burrow to eventually get across the map. And Elazer's rushing to the Hive. Hive is on the way. Again, the win condition for Elazer is to try to get the better economy, of course, but also take into lurkers. Still no lurker den, though. There should be a lurker den from the side of Elazer. The fact that there is none is a little bit concerning. As Darky is maintaining himself on 3 bases. There it is, lurker den now on the way. It is a little bit late for Elazer, but at least it's on the way. First run by coming in. Elazer, did he notice? Yeah, he did. Overseer's on the way. Dark, he has to back up. The Tunneling Claw Roaches so far haven't done much. They're going for the 4th. The Elazer is keeping up. Likewise, Bailey's, oh my god, they crash into the mineral line. 15 workers go down. Making their way towards the natural. This time they will be denied, but oh, Dark, his economy, it's struggling. Elazer is all over this. And once a lurker has come into play, I mean, I don't see how Dark can really stop that. Can really keep up. Dark is just now going for his own hive, just now getting to his own attempted lurker production. The problem here is that Elazer, once again, similarly to the last game, like he's ahead in almost every aspect. He's ahead in economy, ahead in tech. If Dark can move out and try to strike Elazer before he reaches critical mass of lurker, then maybe Dark can pull off like an all-in. But outside of that, it's not looking likely. Now, Elazer, he wants to get rid of these mutas. He wants to get rid of them. He wants to trade out supply and get into his own Hydra Lurker tech. Roach as they get into the mineral lines. They try to harass. Is this the same map where he went Ultra? Yes, yes. This is the same map where he went for the ZvZ against Sterile, where he went Mass Muta into Ultra. Unlike against Sterile, this time Elazer didn't make as many mutas. He stayed on a lower muta count and teched faster into Lurker, which is the correct thing to do. Moving forward, Roach is trying to push in, but they cannot engage with the Lurkers, not head on. This feels a little bit premature. I'm not so sure the Lurker count is high enough. As another Lurker goes down, Ravager's morphing in, and more Lurkers going to be falling. But the Roaches do fall as well. Like, this is still a better trade for Elazer. As he breaks through, takes down the Queens. Mutas overwhelm. Well, he can't fight these Roaches, though, without the Lurkers. Has to back up. Elazer, in a sense, he does overextend. Elazer has to retreat, has to morph in more Lurkers. Elazer has to calm down. He's still rallying in. Uh-oh. Losing all of his Lurkers. Elazer is down to 0 Lurkers, which means, Dark, this counterattack can actually break a base. Not this one, though. This Spine Coolers. But the other, maybe. Elazer going for a Ling Rabbi. Yeah, surrounds the Hydras. Likewise, mutas, they hit the gold. Oh, the Vipers, no! Vipers get caught out. They go for the power bombs. One Viper falls. And here we go. We have 7 Lurkers on the way. Again, Elazer needs as many Lurkers as possible. He's starving for gas. He's a little bit gas starved, but he's building up. Moving out with his army, he gets eyes on the gold. And again, Elazer, he has reached his final form. The one thing that Elazer is missing is his own Vipers. Like, he should be taking into his own Vipers at this point. As he's laying siege upon that center expansion. Dark, he will knock down top left. That center base, it's going to go down. Nice pickup. Gets the expansion. Dark is still stuck on a 3-base economy. Still working on his own Lurker upgrades. There we go. Dark making his first wave of Lurkers. And can Dark, despite having a 40 supply disadvantage, can he out-control Elazer? Now, what I will say, as I mentioned before, the big deficit for Elazer, the big failing here, is no Vipers. Vipers are now on the way, but without Vipers, Dark, he can pick away at this army. He can come in, he can yoink. He can abduct Lurker after Lurker after Lurker. Dark has potential with this composition. It's still an uphill battle, 100%. And thankfully, Elazer is making his own Vipers. Like, he desperately does need them. Does need those Vipers. He yoinks one of the Lurkers. Roach is trying to waddle by, but last they get caught out. A nice catch by Elazer. Dark rotating in. Up! Running into Lurkers. Ooh, 2 Lurkers go down. 3 Lurkers. Yeah, very nice trades here from Elazer. Catches out 3 Lurkers. Pushing in towards the left. Now, Dark's goal is to turtle. You can see here, his goal is to turtle up with spores and Lurkers and try to weather the storm until he maxes out himself. Like, the big thing that just happened, Dark takes a 4th. He's been stuck on 3 bases the entire game, finally gets a 4th base. Yoink here on the Viper, nicely done. Gets another yoink and another! And Dark, he will lose every one of his Vipers, or at least he should. Actually saving 2 of them. I spoke too soon. Yoink's coming in. Vipers will escape. Dark only losing 1 Viper. You know, we see Elazer trying to come in for a flank. Dives forward. Elazer's trying to brute force the issue here. Coming in for a flank, and Elazer, he will overwhelm. It's just a numbers game at this point. Elazer pushing in, headed towards the Vipers. And GG gets called. It's just too much to handle. And Elazer ties up the series 1-1. We are going to the ace match. Whew. GG. Oh my god. GG, well played. Elazer does tie this up again. A very strong start from Elazer. Winding it back for a little bit here for those that weren't here for the start of the game. Elazer, he rushed into a fast lair. He rushed into 2-base Muta, and Dark, it took him a long time to scout. It took him a long time to figure out what was going on. Fun fact, Elazer didn't Dark didn't confirm the Mutas until they were already spawning out, until they were already moving out across the map. So very late scout from Dark. Took him a long time to piece it all together. As a result, the Mutas, they popped off. The Mutas, they were able to wreak havoc. They were able to get queen kills, gases, drones as well. Elazer gained map control, and Elazer was able to, from there, take the better economy and then tech into Hydra, Lurker, Viper. Elazer snowballed out of control from there. And with that, GG. Cheeky move here from Elazer, rushing into, remember, it was a 2:45 lair timing. Very early lair from Elazer, much earlier than normal, which is why Dark, I guess, didn't think to scout early enough, or earlier than he did. And with that, Dark was punished. And now we're getting into the ace match. Getting into game 3. And so far, Elazer, he's had some builds, Pappy. Game 1 was a hatched base all-in on 2 bases, if you remember. It was Ling Roach from Elazer. And again, Elazer was even ahead against Dark in game 1. Game 2, 2-base Muta. Really fast 2-base Muta, might I add. Game 3, what's it going to be? My eyes are on the Polish Zerg player, but spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Abyssal Reef, we have our South Korean Zerg, the Red Zerg, favored to make a deep run in this tournament, but struggling here in this ZvZ. Can he bounce back? It is Dark. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have the Polish Zerg player, the Blue Zerg, representing Team Liquid, tying up the series and bringing us here to Game 3. Can they bring it home? It is Elazer. And honestly, there's a world where Elazer 2-0'd, right? Like, again, Elazer, he was ahead in game 1. He was primed to win it all, and then it was caught with his pants down, and Dark pulled off the counter all-in. Like, Dark, he was on hatch tech, he was down in drones, down in workers, down in tech, down in everything. But Dark, he still found a way in game 1. Very impressive. Here in game 3, where we headed. Now, we're loading into Abyssal Reef, a very large map, very defendable bases. If Elazer wanted to go into a fast lair into Mutas, this would be a really strong map for it. The downside, though, in saying that, is that because Elazer went 2-base Muta in game 1, the chances of Dark scouting earlier and checking earlier is higher now. So it's one of those things where going into 2-base Muta in such a fashion typically isn't a good idea to do multiple times in a series. At this level of play, you expect a player like Dark to be a lot more primed to scout for something like that. So I do think that 2-base Muta is out the window now. It's not going to be an option for Elazer. Instead, we have to do something different. So what have we had so far? We had 2-base Muta. We had a 2-base hatch base all-in. Here in game 3, I wouldn't be opposed to... It's a really secure third. We could even just open Roach and take a fast third. Typically, when you open 2-base Roach, it's illegal to take a fast third base, but on a map like Abyssal Reef, you might be able to get away with it. Maybe. We'll see. Keep an eye on Elazer and Dark. Ling speed is on the way. We do pull 1 out of gas for Elazer, so Elazer should be going Ling Bane. Okay, so we have our initial build of choice is going to be Ling Bane from Elazer. Dark, he stays in gas. This is something that he does very often. The reason for this is because he's typically aggressive with extra banelings. So we'll see if that continues to be the case. Both players are expanding, both players take their thirds. And we should be seeing a baneling nest thereafter. There it is, baneling nest for Elazer, and baneling nest for Dark. So we're getting into Ling Bane. And I would imagine Dark is going to be the aggressor here. Again, remember, Dark, he did mine extra gas, so he has extra banelings. That's what that means. And specifically, I was going to say these 2 Lings move out to Morphin banelings on the right-hand side, but we'll keep an eye on Dark's movement. Like Dark, he's known for this, and you can see that Elazer, he's scouting for it. But Dark, he's very much known for morphing in Banelings across the map to get into a mineral line. Like, he's very cheeky with his Banelings. Meanwhile, Elazer is flooding Lings. Dark has been droning. Oh. Here we go. So Elazer's going to be the aggressor. Elazer will be the aggressor. Banelings morphing in for Elazer as well. Across the map. Let's go. And Elazer, he will move out. Will move out. Dark is in position here at his third. It does fully wall off the ramp. Again, because the ramp is so narrow, it makes sense. Which means Elazer, these Banelings, they won't get much done. Oh! Oh my god. Takes down 3 Lings. Banelings waddle in. The wall's not it's not a full wall. Not a full wall. Banelings, they make their way into the mineral line, but 1 Baneling goes down. Dark defends. Dark so far, he does defend. More extra Banelings. We'll zone Elazer away. We'll zone him back. And Dark is holding. Dark is holding on. He's getting ready for his own counterattack. Morphing in more Lings. And getting ready to move out. At the same time, Elazer is teched into Roaches. Wait, what? Never mind. Sorry, I thought I saw a Roach one. Never mind. Okay, Roach one for Dark, of course. Elazer just now throwing down his own. Dark moving out with his counterattack. Elazer going for his own Baneling run by towards the third. But Dark is not droning. Dark is all in. And Elazer, he's been greedy. He has been greedy. Baneling gets denied. 2 more Banelings left. Oh my god. Be careful. Dark, calm down. He wants the queen. Takes down the Banelings. Bit of miscontrol there from Elazer. Banelings they waddle in towards the mineral line, but last the queens are in position. Elazer holds. Oh my god, massive connections on the Lings. Lings go down, and here comes the all-in from Dark. Remember, Dark, he did not saturate the third. No saturation whatsoever. Dark is all in, and he's moving out with his Roaches. And that's a lot of Roaches, and this entire time, Elazer's been droning. He's still droning, taking extra gases. Now he knows. Now he sees what's going on. Elazer, he realizes how much trouble he's in. He's throwing down more spine crawlers. And can he hold? Can he survive? It feels like he's been too greedy. And spine crawler is denied. Dark getting on top of the other. Going for the spines. Full force cancels. Nice pickles here from Dark. And he's got how many Roaches? 13. Wings, they get surrounded. Banelings, they get into the middle line. Massive connections. 12 drones go down. And so will the queens. Dark, he's going for the kill. Spine crawler does complete. There's 1 spine. Is that enough? That might be. Lings are going to be reinforcing, though. Boys are being pulled. They have to be. Dark focus fires the Roaches. And does bring them down. Again, it was a close hold here from Elazer. I mean, as Lings, they flood in towards the natural. Elazer, he's affecting the Roaches at least. But what about the natural? Oh, God, no reaction, no response. Delayed reaction from Elazer, going to be losing 11 drones. Lings, they flood into the main. Roaches still rallying in towards that third. More drones going to be falling. And Elazer's being pulled apart. And Dark takes a worker lead. Does take that lead. Another queen falls as well. Elazer was not ready at that natural. And GG gets called. He gets out of control. Dark will take the series 2-1, advancing on to the next round. GG. Whew. Oh my god. GG, well played. A very, very intense series here between Dark and Elazer. Every single game was a close one, especially. And with that, Elazer, he did drone up to, I want to say, over 60 drones. He went up to over 60. He fully saturated his third base. He was caught with his pants down. Elazer was too greedy, didn't realize that Dark was all in until, I mean, it was already in his face. We saw Elazer attempt to set up his spine crawlers. One of the big factors was Dark. He was so quick to deny 2 of those spine crawlers so quickly, so to make sure they did not finish ahead of time before the Roaches even arrived. So really nice start there from Dark. And with that, GG. GG, well played. Dark will take the series. But a shout out to Elazer, because Elazer was popping off. He was looking very, very strong in this series and very competitive. So shout out to Elazer as we're getting into the ace match.